I can be very good in taking bad movies to turn my mind a blind's eye so I can shut my brain off and enjoy a wonderful piece of media for the sake of killing my time here on Earth. But what I can't do is fix stupid to witness absolute stupendum. Prey is a movie centering on a group of hikers getting hunted down by a tragic sniper with a tragic past whose tragic trauma is used to fuel a tragic activity tragically. This film on Netflix had to be one of the most lame-ass movies I've watched since subscribing to this shitty platform. It's a cheap horror movie, so the effects are mid and the writing at best is lower mid with narratives coming off as a floppy wet noodle. I love the premise they have as it's pretty close to the ritual style. It did remind me greatly of that, but holy shit, did they really drop the ball on this one. Once upon a time, a bunch of bachelor party boys go hiking, and one of the guys in the very beginning of the movie gets shot. They think it's an accident and scream to alert the hunters of their presence in order to not get hit again. And they patch the guy up with a fucking band-aid on top of clothes, on top of his sleeve. Did they not realize that the band-aid might as well just be fucking another part of their sleeve? That isn't attached to anything, that's just there on the sleeve. That fucker is gonna rub a dubbing all over that fucking flesh wound and scrape in the motherfucker. It's gonna be like that cheese grater from goddamn Evil Dead, you know what I'm saying? Once they realize it's no accident, they run off to the woods, dropping a phone, clutch, resing the phone, and dipping into the woods. I don't remember any of their names. I did Google the cast to find out. The only ones that matters is Roman and Albert. Besides the situation that they find themselves in, Albert and Roman are the only driving force of this movie. If the ritual had a robbery, the trauma, loss, and endless guilty despair you feel in the aftermath alongside the troubles of being haunted by Loki's offspring. In Prey, we have two brothers who fight over a girl with a singular sniper hunting them down. That's about it. We'll get to them later. The lads are guided by this one friend who's wood smart. He knows directions and shit and leads them as far as he can until they encounter an lonely looking woman who, if I remember right, is looking towards like a lake or something. She doesn't respond to their cries of help and universal tone of distress, instead responding to their presence and throwing a 360 no-scope headshot to the group leader. These dudes now run away, now having lost their team carry. Now they're not gonna get that 30K. Now they ain't gonna get that. They ain't gonna be able to pay their college debts. But it's okay, because what Cece said, the money don't matter. Yeah. Ah. Yeah. They hop in some, I don't even know what to call this. It's like a natural trench. They basically try and recoup after experiencing the best bachelor shock in their fucking lives. And one of the side characters heavily suggests that they should split up because at this point, Albert, the brother of the main character, Roman, has a fucked up knee. No, it was an ankle. It was an ankle. He had a ruined ankle, and he got it from trying to run away from the sniper. The rest, but especially this bandage guy, the same guy who got shot, the bandage over the sleeve, is heavily opposing that idea. They end up sticking together and finding a little shop hut with a cashier lady. They all file inside this little ass shop, and instead of clearly stating that a mad woman is hunting them down with a sniper rifle, they instead take a slow burn approach of out of breath, incomplete sentences. Turn on. Fuck. Albert was the only one who engaged in that conversation, and this dumbass only said there's like a woman, and that they should call the police. Woman what? Police why? Hiking where? The fuck do you mean? You have a clearly straight path for help by simply saying that to the cashier their situation, and you don't do that. Why? After waiting a couple of moments to have some form of like signal, the phone actually goes through and successfully contacts the police. As they were about to get the address, the cashier gets sniped in CW VFX glory fashion. And it is glorious, dude. Forces everybody to get to the ground. The bandage guy dies here, by the way, because he didn't drop to the ground in time, and they try to make this scene highly emotional as well, which just doesn't work considering that this guy has absolutely no build in any way, shape, or form. There's no connection to this guy, and the only benefit to this scene is highlighting the humanity and empathy of the main character, I guess, the character Roman, but that's not even a nice highlight because he doesn't do much but cry and stare at the bandage guy dying on the floor while the guy who suggested they split up contrasts Roman by wanting to leave immediately. So there's not a whole lot going for it. They escape the shop and finds themselves in a area with multiple cabins. Roman finds an open cabin and looks inside to see the hunter's backstory that was conveniently placed right there in the middle of that room, displayed on a laptop. That's very lovely, very convenient, very cool, very efficient. Hell yeah. But the reason why the hunter so far, by the way, in my opinion, is very boring because I thought there would be multiple different hunters hunting the guys, but anyway, there's just one. The reason why the hunter was doing all this hunting was that a couple of drunkards running around encounters the hunter with her child as they chill beside the water. The drunks attempt to catcall and harass the hunter and, sexually stuff. We get the deal. And accidentally pulls the trigger, shooting the hunter's kid and running away from the scene of the crime in a panic while the hunter cries out in the background. Before Roman discovers this gnarly event, though, Albert, Roman, and Asshole has an argument. After losing two of their friends, or in Asshole's eyes, collateral, these three argue on what they should do, with the heat of the argument progressively focusing more and more between Albert and Asshole and about like company money and credit and petty men shit. Asshole eventually name drops the wife of Roman, and we come to find out that Albert, the brother of Roman, has been fucking the ever living shit out of Roman's wife, baby. After this heated stuff, they split up momentarily, with Roman finding lore, the laptop uh backstory kid dying thing, Albert sitting there doing nothing with his broken ankle, and Asshole getting sniped in each limb slowly by a hunter he tries to bargain with as the brothers hear the shots and watch in terror. The brothers struggle to run into the forest. They evacuate and they skip the line of sight of this sniper, even though she was right behind them. I'm pretty sure they let them go. I don't remember, and I don't care to remember. Eventually, they need to take a rest, drop the dead weight a little bit, and Roman decides to hide Albert in some random ass rock for safety. He also knocks the shit out of him because he betrayed him. So pretty understandable. I can't see where the fuck my camera is, by the way. Hey, guess what? We're in the finale. This is a 90-minute movie, so it's not that much, but we're in the finale now. We're in the grand finale. Roman tries to sneak up behind Hunter, falls, gets shot like a bomb, tries to bait her with her kid's toy, tussles with the muscle, says he knows everything about her loss. And she just fucking jumps off the mountain Minecraft speedrun style because the whole goddamn movie had to end because they can't afford another goddamn more than 90 minutes. And literally, that's how the movie ends. That's it. Credits. I think the execution of the movie was weak and has completely forgotten about the hidden and knocked out tired Albert in some random ass rock. He does not get resolved. The movie straight up ends the second the woman falls off the cliff. What happened to Albert? Is he dead? Does he get to smash that pearl one last time? Like, what the fuck happened to him? I don't even know why they added the cheating storyline in there when it did completely nothing but have some cheap revelation of a betrayal that doesn't really affect anybody, considering Roman never really acts out besides a punch to Albert's face, and that's it. There's not a moment to pay the storyline off, like having a situation of dramatic forgiveness by making Roman sacrifice something vital like a body part or risking getting shot to save his brother. The hunter having such a weak resolvement when it comes to the movie as well was really tough for me. It made me so turned off, man. She commits Fortnite after hearing a reminder of her trauma, which could have worked somewhat if we had some argument onto why, I don't know, she thought these men deserved the vengeance she desired to unleash on those drunkards. You know what I'm saying? She's, why is she taking it out on random people? No justification there. There was no justification on her end, no anger expressed, no sadness expressed, not even a form of desire to look at the original men that actually killed her kid. She was just purely a blank character with blank expressions that gives off wannabe Terminator. Overall, oh, my back hurts. I've been arching like Notre Dame, god. Overall, there was no payoff in this movie. No driving force of interesting narrative. The premise of what they had was the only thing going for it. And it is unfortunate that it really ruined its own chances of even standing. I'm also disappointed in a little bit that we only have one hunter hunting the forbidden game of human beings, but because I would have, I don't know, be thrilled to have multiple hunters, something interesting like that. That's like Eden Lake and like the ritual crossed over or something. Anyway, that's about it. Bye.